What's up, guys? This is the Honest Outlaw here, and today we're doing things a little bit differently. I wanted to do a top 5 to ring out 2020, and I ended up with a couple more than 5. Not a big deal though, 7 had a real nice ring to it. So today we're going to be doing the top 7 guns of 2020. We're also going to be doing it with a little bit different platform. I'm sitting down now, I've got a bit of a knee issue. Before we do that, I want to mention my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys very much. Because of you, the channel keeps moving, and because of you, I can buy cool guns like the 7 that are on this list. Really appreciate it. If you want to sign up, all you got to do is go to the link in the description and sign up. Also in the description is a link to a local shelter that I like to support, names Iowa. Those kids could use your help, so go down there and check that out. Also, there's a link to my link tree that has all kinds of cool links, including links to some coffee, t-shirts, and all that fun stuff. First gun on my list is a gun that I don't even have a 1,000-round review of yet, but made quite a stir in 2020, and for good reason, I think. I shot this the other day, was super impressed by it, so it's one of the guns that was added to the list that was already made. This is the Sauer P320 AXG. Now, if it looks familiar, it's because the Scorpion series of SIG has been out for a real long time. Similar color and design and grips and all that stuff. 320's been out for a real long time, but a couple of changes that they've done to this is, number one, RMR ready right out of the box, which is real cool. You used to only be able to do certain optics, and they put a alloy frame on it. If you're not familiar with the 320 series, this guy is a 4-inch barrel, 17-round magazine, striker-fired pistol. So it's an alloyed frame, aluminum frame, but it has a striker-fired mechanism in it, which is kind of unique. Although both are used quite a lot, rarely used together. Front and rear slide serrations, comes with that super cool color, G10 grips, has some fairly aggressive texture, especially in comparison to the average 320. Really cool X-line trigger and Picatinny rail right out of the box. The difference between this and an average 320 is, I would say, if you get a 320, you're going to have to upgrade it to a lot of the things that this already comes with right out of the box. So overall, I'm pretty excited about this gun. I think it's a real do-it-all gun. If you're going to buy just one gun, this wouldn't be a bad way to go. This along with a ton of others as well. But 31-ounce weight allows it to be decent under recoil, have a very rigid frame so it feels good, durability is going to last forever, and on top of that, it's still light enough and small enough to carry if you choose to, and then it can also flex into a home defense role. Uses a very popular cartridge, and it comes with a really cool set of sights and also optics ready. One of the more accurate guns that I've shot in 2020 as well, so that's why the SIG AXG made the list. Shit, let the fire go out. At number 6, we have the Atlas Gunworks Athena. Now, the Atlas Gunworks Athena was something I reviewed in January, so it's been quite a while since it's been on the channel, and if you have a keen eye, you'll realize that this is not an Atlas Athena, although it's real close. This is actually an Atlas Lynx, very similar gun made by the same company, but I just wanted to use it as a frame of reference for me to look at while you guys look at the B-roll. Atlas Athena is designed for one thing and one thing only, to be the fastest and most accurate 9mm platform on the market, and I feel like they've succeeded. I don't believe I've shot a better gun ever in my life. The Athena is similar to a gun that I own, which is the Hyperion, but it just simply has an optics mount, and it has the new grips like this one on the Lynx here. I really like the grip because not only is it superior to all the other ones on the market, in my personal opinion, in ergonomics and in texture, but it also has grip panels similar to a VP9 and P30 and all that stuff, and I was really wondering when other manufacturers were going to pick up on that. And now they have, so you can change your width and your length and all that fun stuff, along with the retaining ring, mag wells, all kinds of fun stuff. Now, what makes the Atlas Athena unique from other 2011s, and if you don't know what a 2011 is, it is essentially a double stack 1911. So it's a single action only, manual safety, no grip safety like a 1911, but it does have a single action only mechanism, which allows it to have a phenomenal trigger. but it is double stacked, so it accepts anywhere between 20 and 27 round magazines, making capacity for the Athena not an issue. It has a 4.6-inch barrel, which is a lot different from your average 2011. You'll see 4.25-inch barrels, commander length. You'll see 5-inch barrels, which was the standard government length 1911. However, Atlas Gunworks went way out of their way to create a revolutionary style slide design and frame design that allows you to get the perfect length of the 9mm cartridge. 5-inch gun's great, but it's a little too large and slow to track that quick 9mm, whereas 4.6 allows you to get all the perfect recoil reduction and speed that you need out of that particular cartridge. Very fast gun, really, really low recoil. Hard to believe until you actually shoot it. On top of that, the Athena adds the optics mount, and it has an X-line trigger that's right around 1.2 pounds, making it one of the best, if not the best trigger that I've ever used. Extremely reliable, 2,000 rounds down the pipe, no malfunctions. That includes hollow point ammunition. More accurate than any gun I've ever fired, and faster than any gun I've ever fired. And on top of that, if you chose to, you could actually carry it as well. The Atlas Athena and the Atlas Hyperion come in right around 36 ounces, making it not too heavy for carry. That's a significant difference between an average 1911, which is around 42 ounces. But if you get into something like this Nynx, which is essentially the same platform but smaller, this comes with a 4.25-inch and a lighter weight frame and grip as well, making it a little bit lighter for carry, but you still get that same performance. This gun will also be reviewed on my channel here very shortly. At number 5, we have the BRNO PSD 7.5 field pistol. Now, if you follow the channel a lot, you'll know that I've reviewed this gun. Well, I've done the first shots of this gun. There'll be a review here shortly. And I reviewed the previous version, which was the steel frame version, but it was very pricey. This one's a lot more reasonable, coming in around $1,500. 5.5-inch barrel, 7.5 caliber, which is a new caliber that was created by them. It's essentially a rifle caliber in a pistol. It hits with somewhere between 357 and 44 mag power, a very light recoil due to the very large recoil mechanism that you see up front in the dust cover here. That makes it a little off balance. However, the gun is still very light at around 40 ounces, 42 ounces, making it the same size as a 1911, but it hits significantly harder. It also has quite the capacity in it at 17 rounds of 7.5. So this is the type of gun that if you wanted to, you could carry, but you could also go elk hunting with. It's real impressive as far as caliber, but on top of that, you can do caliber conversions to take it anywhere from 10mm to 40 to 9mm. So no matter what you want to run in this gun, it will run it very well. We're going to be doing a video pretty soon where we do a 9mm conversion kit in this, because I have one, I just haven't run it yet. Also comes with optics mounting capabilities as well as different sights. You can get a ghost ring sight or whatever you want. Single action only pistol, similar to a 1911. Gives it some disadvantages in the fact that it has to run a manual safety. However, it does have an extremely crisp and easy to use trigger. I cannot stress enough that I have not fired a gun that has this low recoil with this high caliber and this much capacity ever in my life, especially for the weight. Very impressive gun overall, very impressive engineering, and I'm actually impressed with the PSD a lot more than the original, because the original was so pricey that you could never get a hold of it. This one comes in right around 1,500 bucks, and they are also available. So overall, I think that if you're getting to a high caliber semi-automatic like a Desert Eagle or something like that, I would take a real long look at this, because not only does this have a lot of advantages over the Desert Eagle, but this one actually works too, which is kind of nice. Go for a big guy, moves awful quick. In at number 4 is going to be a pistol that I don't have in front of me, but it definitely deserves to make this list, and that pistol is the Ruger 5.7. Now the Ruger 5.7 is a gun that I was a little lukewarm on to begin with, but really wound up liking. There's not a whole lot of guns chambered in 5.7 and fewer pistols, and the 5.7 round is something that's got a little mystique to it. Some people really like it, some people don't, but those that do like it don't have a lot of options. You either have the FN 5.7 or you have the Ruger 5.7 as far as quality pistols, in my personal opinion. And I think the Ruger has more than enough advantages to make the FN the secondary option. Ruger 5.7 is a striker-fired sort of single action sort of pistol that is chambered in 5.7 and has a 5-inch barrel. It also has fiber optic sights. It's optics compatible, so you can buy the plate, but once you buy the plate, you can put any optics on it that you want. It has a really good trigger, was extremely accurate, has good ergonomics, and on top of that, comes in at a significantly lower cost than the FN 5.7, which comes in $1,200 to $1,500. You can get the Ruger for around $700 to $900, making it a lot more of an available option for most people. Comes with 3 mags and has a 20+1 capacity right from the factory, making it a really awesome and fun pistol to shoot. The 5.7 is a capable round, but you have to worry about shot placement just like any other pistol round. But it's very accurate and it has really low recoil. So it's one of those guns that seems kind of cool, and when you shoot it, you really warm up to it because it has even lower recoil than something like a 9mm. Also, because it has low recoil, the gun itself doesn't have to be quite as heavy, so the overall weight of the Ruger 5.7 is much lighter than you would expect, coming in lighter than an actual Glock 19 at around 26 ounces. Overall, I think it's a cool gun, especially if you like the 5.7. They just took everything that FN did and just made it a little bit better. At number 3, we have the Beretta 92X Performance. This is a gun that I saw at SHOT Show and I was very impressed. Before I even shot it, I wanted it real bad. I'm a big fan of the Beretta M9 92 series. They look real cool. I've been wanting one ever since I saw them in Jean-Claude Van Damme's movies when I was a kid. And overall, I think they have a phenomenal look to them, and they have a really good track record as well. The M9 served the US military for a very long time. Most of the people that use them were very excited about it as well. It just is an overall good gun. The Beretta 92X Performance takes that to a whole nother level.
Okay.
Imagine taking an M9 and bringing it to all the best competitive shooters that you know and deciding to tweak it to every one of their needs to make that thing go as fast as possible. And what you come up with is the Beretta 92X Performance, a gun simply designed for competition, however flexes fairly well into real-world applications as well, similar to a lot of other competition guns. The Beretta 92X Performance is a double single action 9mm pistol with 3 15-round magazines. It has a barrel length of 4.9 inches, an overall weight of 48 ounces, and has a lot of features that make it really unique to the M9 Beretta 92 line, including a manual safety on the grip as opposed to on the slide. Think of more of a 1911 style safety on the Beretta 92, which I think is the biggest detriment to the actual pistol itself. So fixing the biggest problem the pistol has had for years already puts it on my list. On top of that, they added a lot of weight. They added a custom trigger. They added some phenomenal sights as well, and a Brigadier slide, making the slide reciprocate just a little bit faster. Overall, it was a very fast gun, very quick between transitions, very low recoil, but what makes it really superior over the M9 is the trigger job they did and the match barrel. The trigger is phenomenal and it allows accuracy that was not previously achieved on the M9. All right, so we pop the first one and then we try to land our bullet on the same hole. Pretty close. Now for the last two, it was an awful tough choice. I had to really choose between two of the guns that I thought were the absolute best guns that I shot this year. And like I said, between the top two, it was a pretty easy choice to figure out which were the top two, but it was not so easy to figure out which one was better than the other. One is an obviously better gun than the other, but one is significantly better for the money. So I went with my heart and I decided to put the Taurus G3C at number 2. Now the Taurus G3C is probably the best gun currently you can get for under $350, making it one of the best guns for the money ever made, let alone this year. It is an updated version of the G2C, which was a gun I was super excited about last year. They have updated the sights, making them Glock compatible, so you can put whatever sights you want on the entire market, basically. But they also allow a blacked out rear with a white dot on the front there, and they upgraded the trigger a little bit. Now, the Taurus G3C is a striker-fired subcompact pistol that takes 12-round magazines, and it has a 3.5-inch barrel, making it very similar in size to the Glock 26 with a slightly longer grip. Comes with a manual safety, Picatinny rail, front and rear slide serrations, a decent coating for the price. However, it's going to be a little bit less than something like a standard Glock M&P, something like that. But that's pretty much all you're going to sacrifice. Other than that, it has all the features, all the reliability, all the durability, and all the accuracy of a premium striker-fired pistol for a significantly reduced cost. I've shot about 1,500 rounds for this gun now with 0 malfunctions. The G2C has about 2,000 rounds through it with 0 malfunctions, and the G3, all 3 of the pistols that I own in the G series, all have been very reliable, again, especially for the cost. Really good trigger. It also has double strike capability, if you're not aware of what that is. If you have a dead round, let's say, if it does the primer, or if the striker doesn't hit the primer hard enough, you can strike it again, similar to a PO1 or a PO7 or all the other double action pistols. That is practical, but not super practical. But what is practical about it is that you can use it for dry fire practice. You don't have to cycle the slide over and over again. You can just simply run the trigger in and out and continue to dry fire practice at that very unlucky light socket that you continue to tear every night when you do dry fire practice. That's what I do. I have one light switch that's real scared. But Taurus G3C for under $300 is about the only pistol that I would recommend. Going up from that is going to be something like the Canik SF or the Canik SC, and that's around $400. It has even more features than this, but it didn't come out this year. The G3C is probably the best budget gun you're going to get, especially if you're looking for something that can do concealed carry really well, but still flex in a home defense role. You could throw a light on there and throw a G3 magazine in it with 15 or 17 round magazine capacity and have a really good all-around pistol.
You jinxed me!
Big one's easy to hit from here, huh?
When in doubt, hit the big one.
Now, it occurred to me while I was making this video, at about number 2, that I don't have any other rifles or shotguns in this video, and it's technically titled the 7 best guns of 2020. But hey, I like pistols, and I felt like the best guns of 2020 were all handguns. So you got a list full of all handguns, I guess. But to top that list of all handguns, we have the Staccato C2. Now, the Staccato C2 is a gun that I first got to shoot at SHOT Show this year and was so enamored by it, I asked them how quickly I could get one. Now, Staccato never responded to me, so I went out and bought my own. I actually got it from a gun shop in Vinton, Iowa. I got this guy for right around $2,000, and I was extremely impressed. As you should be for $2,000. If you're looking at a gun that's over $1,000, not only should it come with all the features that you're looking for, but it should be reliable and it should be accurate, right? With the Staccato C2, I actually got a gun that was significantly more accurate, reliable, and overall shootable than a lot of other very high quality 2011s that I've shot in my life, including the Wilson line, like the Wilson EDC X9. If you shoot that and this at the same time, I've never had anybody that have shot this that didn't want this. Considering that it comes in at around $1,000 to even $1,500 less than that gun, very impressive. This is a single action only 4-inch 2011 style pistol. It takes all the STI magazines. If you want to throw that 27 round magazine in, you absolutely can. Now, it is single action only. A lot of people don't like that because it does run a manual safety like a 1911. The disadvantage to that is you have to train yourself to run the manual safety. The advantage to that is what you achieve is an unbelievable single action trigger, much more capable than something like a strike infrared trigger. You're looking at around a 2.5 pound to 4 pound trigger with a very quick break and a very quick reset, making it one of the fastest compact pistols that you can shoot. It also makes it one of the most accurate compact pistols you can shoot. With these iron sights, I had no problem hitting at 100 yards from the draw very consistently. So extremely accurate, extremely reliable, extremely quick. Very low recoil as well, considering that it's the same weight as a Glock 19. Picatinny rail on it, a little bit of an extended magazine release, making those mag changes very quick. Built-in beveled magwell, combat style hammer, and sights on it, fiber optic front with a blacked out rear with a tactical edge on it so you can run it off your big toe if you choose to. They also have optics ready models, however they come in at about $400 more expensive, and you can actually get yours sent in and have a dedicate mount milled in for a little bit cheaper than that, which is why I went this way. This guy is going to go the road of Vulcan Machine Works here pretty soon, and it's probably going to have a Trijicon SRO on it when I get it back. As far as like pocket sniper rifles go, I would consider this the best. If you are looking for a pistol that you can really blow the doors off your friends, or you want to go to a tactical class and show off a little bit, the average guy shooting a Glock 19, this is going to be just easier to shoot out of the box. You cannot buy skill, you can't buy technique, but you can help it a little bit with better gear, and I can promise you that I shoot this better than your average Glock 19 or M&P, and I'm pretty sure you will too. The performance has to justify the cost, and in this particular firearm, I believe it does. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please help out your local homeless shelters, and remember to recycle, not just recycle. I'll check you later.